Do your knees ache when you climb stairs? Or do your fingers feel stiff in the morning like they just won't move the way they used to? If you're over 60 and living with joint pain, you're definitely not alone. And here's something surprising. The foods on your plate might be making things worse. In today's video, we're diving deep into the top foods that can trigger, worsen, or prolong joint pain, especially for older adults. Joint pain, whether it's from arthritis, inflammation, or simple wear and tear, can seriously impact your ability to enjoy daily life. But while medication and physical therapy can help, what you eat, or don't eat, plays a major role in how your joints feel. Many of us unknowingly eat foods that silently fuel inflammation in the body. These foods may seem harmless or even healthy, but they can increase joint stiffness, swelling, and discomfort, especially as we age. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what foods to avoid or limit, why they affect your joints, and what healthier swaps you can make to feel better, naturally. So, grab a warm cup of tea, settle in, and let's take care of those joints together. Let's start with one of the biggest culprits, processed sugars. We all know too much sugar isn't great, but what many seniors don't realize is how it directly fuels joint pain. Here's why. When you eat foods with high amounts of sugar, like cookies, pastries, soda, or even sweetened breakfast cereals, your body goes into overdrive to process that sugar. This triggers a chemical reaction called glycation, where sugar molecules attach to proteins and fats in your bloodstream, forming what's called AGEs, advanced glycation end products. AGEs increase oxidative stress and inflammation, two key drivers of joint pain and cartilage breakdown. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that diets high in added sugars are associated with higher levels of C-reactive protein, CRP, a marker of inflammation. And the more inflammation you have, the more likely you are to feel stiff, swollen, and sore. You might be enjoying your morning muffin and flavored coffee, not realizing you've just spiked your inflammation levels before 10 a.m. Try replacing sugary snacks with fruit like berries or apple slices with peanut butter. Choose unsweetened beverages and gradually reduce the sugar in your coffee or tea. Every little change counts. Next up, we have refined carbohydrates. Think white bread, white rice, crackers, pasta, and even many breakfast cereals. These foods might not taste sweet, but inside your body, they act just like sugar. They break down quickly into glucose, causing rapid spikes in blood sugar and triggering inflammation. This sugar spike insulin inflammation cycle is especially harmful for aging joints. A 2014 study in arthritis and rheumatology found that participants who consumed more refined grains reported more frequent flare-ups of rheumatoid arthritis. As we age, our bodies naturally produce more inflammatory chemicals and recover more slowly. That means foods that inflame joints in a 30-year-old could feel 10 times worse in someone over 60. Swap white bread for 100% whole grain, quinoa, or oats. Instead of white rice, go for brown rice or cauliflower rice. These alternatives release energy slowly and don't spike your inflammation. This one might surprise you, especially if you love bacon, sausage, or a juicy steak. Red and processed meats are high in saturated fats and contain substances like nitrates and purines, which can increase inflammation and worsen joint pain, particularly in those with osteoarthritis or gout. Not only that, but cooking meats at high temperatures, like grilling or frying, produces more of those AGEs we talked about earlier, and those can attack joint tissues over time. Studies have found that reducing red meat intake can help lower levels of inflammatory markers and reduce arthritis symptoms. In fact, a plant-forward diet like the Mediterranean diet has been shown to significantly reduce pain and improve joint function in older adults. You don't need to give up meat entirely, just reduce portion size and frequency. Try swapping in salmon, sardines, or lentils a few times a week. These are anti-inflammatory and joint-friendly options. This one often sparks debate. Dairy products. Some seniors rely on dairy for calcium and protein, which are important. But for others, milk, cheese, and yogurt can actually worsen joint discomfort. Why? because dairy contains a protein called casein, which may trigger inflammation in some people, especially those with sensitivity or mild intolerance. In people with osteoarthritis or autoimmune-related joint conditions, this low-grade inflammation can quietly build over time. A 2015 study published in the Journal of Nutrition, Health and Aging showed that in some older adults, reducing dairy intake helped ease joint stiffness and swelling, particularly in the knees. If you feel bloated, stiff or achy after eating pizza or ice cream, your body may be reacting to dairy. Not everyone is sensitive, but if you are, cutting back could provide real relief. Try dairy-free alternatives like almond milk, oat milk or coconut yogurt. If you prefer to keep some dairy, go for low-lactose options like Greek yogurt or aged cheeses and keep portion sizes small. We all crave the occasional French fry or crispy chicken wing, but here's the hard truth. Fried and fast foods are some of the worst offenders when it comes to joint pain. These foods are loaded with trans fats, saturated fats, and refined oils that increase your body's inflammatory response. That means more swelling, more stiffness, and more pain in the joints, especially in the hips, knees, and hands. They also often contain high levels of sodium, which can cause water retention and increase joint pressure. Research published in Public Health Nutrition found that people who regularly consumed fast food had significantly higher inflammation markers than those who didn't. For older adults, this can tip the balance from manageable aches to chronic pain. You grab a burger and fries for lunch once or twice a week. It feels like a treat. But over time, your joints feel stiffer, your weight creeps up, and you start feeling older than you are. Bake or air fry foods instead of deep frying. Swap fast food for quick homemade meals like grilled chicken with sweet potatoes or a tuna salad sandwich on whole grain bread. This next one might come as a shock because it sounds healthy. Nightshade vegetables like tomatoes, bell peppers, eggplants and white potatoes are nutritious for most people. But for some seniors, they can worsen joint pain due to a natural chemical called solanine. Solanine can trigger inflammation in sensitive individuals, especially those with autoimmune forms of arthritis like rheumatoid arthritis. Now, there's no strong universal evidence that nightshades cause arthritis, but many older adults report noticeable relief when they reduce or eliminate them. If your joints ache more after a tomato-rich pasta dinner or roasted potatoes, nightshades may be playing a role. Try cutting them out for 2 to 3 weeks and track how you feel. Swap white potatoes for sweet potatoes and use herbs like basil or parsley instead of tomato-based sauces. Not necessarily. The goal isn't perfection, it's awareness. Some foods affect people differently. Try reducing or eliminating one food group at a time to see what helps you feel better, absolutely. Omega-3 rich fish like salmon, turmeric, ginger, leafy greens, berries, and olive oil are excellent for reducing inflammation and supporting joint health. Many people begin to notice improvements within 2 to 4 weeks after reducing inflammatory foods. Be patient and give your body time to respond. Gentle exercise, maintaining a healthy weight, getting enough sleep, and managing stress all contribute to joint health. Movement is key. Even simple stretching can make a big difference. Let's quickly review the top foods that may be making your joint pain worse after 60 processed sugars. They increase inflammation and joint stiffness. Refined carbs, white bread and pasta spike blood sugar and worsen pain. Red and processed meats, high in inflammatory compounds. Dairy, for some people, can cause joint inflammation in sensitive individuals. Fried and fast foods, full of unhealthy fats that inflame joints. Nightshades, in some cases, can trigger pain in people with sensitivities. Remember, even small changes in your daily diet can lead to big improvements in how you move, sleep, and feel. If this video helped you learn something new, give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend or loved one who could benefit. Have you experienced relief by changing your diet? Let us know in the comments. Your story could help someone else. And don't forget to subscribe for more simple, natural tips on aging well, staying mobile, and feeling your best every single day. Thanks for watching. See you. And here's to stronger joints and a healthier you.